Good evening, or good morning, whatever time of day it is for you. I'm here to talk about black-eyed children. Yes, black-eyed children. Is it a hoax? Is it a myth? Is it an urban legend? Or are they real? There are lots of people out there that consider them to be real. Often found in pairs, sometimes a few more, either hitchhiking down a road or randomly playing, and then they'll start to stare at you with their soulless matte black eyes, filling you with sense of fear and foreboding, nervousness and panic, sheer panic. That's what people have described anyway. Hitchhiking, similar kind of story. They come up to the car, but their eyes are completely black, and there's that instant sense of fear, panic, don't go anywhere near, that resides within the person's soul who saw them. Then you've also got the home visits. Knock at the door, usually quite late at night, two kids there. Can we come in? Please, can we come in? We want to use the phone. Doesn't matter what age the child appears to be, they always seem to have quite an educated knowledge of how to speak. But then they don't really say that much, usually just those key phrases. Why? Why do they want to use the phone? That's where my theory comes into play. My theory is that back in the 90s, when lots of people were being abducted by aliens, being shown children with pale skin, black eyes, that were allegedly their children, but they never saw them again, could be one and the same. Why one and the same? Well, the description seems to match, but then that begs the question, why are they here? And also, why are they visiting these particular people? What is it that makes them think they can go to that person and use their phone? It's interesting, really. And my theory is this. The aforementioned children that were alien-human hybrids that resided on the ship have somehow been maybe disposed of, maybe just left. Or maybe they're on a trip and they're running things themselves. And their desire to call home, or the desire to use the phone at least, is a desire to call home. But is it a desire to call the aliens, or their human birth parents? That's the interesting factor. Could they be wanting to see the birth parents? Are they trying to track them down? Is that why they're here? Interesting, isn't it? Another element that seems to be cropping up time and time again is these black-eyed children apparently have a rather an unpleasant odour about them. Now, why would they have an unpleasant odour, you ask? Well, for one, it seems they mostly tend to be seen and spotted around wooded areas. So if they're living rough, that would explain certain elements of the smell. But then another theory that I've came up with is if these are alien-human hybrids that once did reside on board an alien ship, or even on an alien planet as well, who knows, would the aliens realise and understand about toilet breaks? Would they understand the need, the desire, well, let's desire more, a genuine need, to go potty, to go for a pee, to go for whatever's needed? Would they understand that? And would they impart that knowledge onto these children? Because if these children are alien-human hybrids and have predominantly human forms, which they do seem to, other than the eyes, that would require, in theory, an anus. And urinary passage of sorts. Male, female, you know the basics, you know the biology. So what if these aliens, who've had these children for so long, haven't taught them to go to the toilet? Interesting, isn't it? Because let's face it, how many times have you heard an abduction story? How many people have given their account of being abducted by aliens? Hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions. Not one has mentioned, sorry, while you're testing me here, do you mind if I go for a bathroom break? Occasionally you'll get the anal probe comments, but let's face it, you go to the doctors, they stick a finger up to probe anyway, don't they? So you can't really say that that's anything to do with bowel movements and on board the ship, or preventing, or yeah, you know. So what we've got black-eyed children with a mysterious odour that could be because they've not been taught how to go to the bathroom properly, or how to go to the bathroom full stop, that are going up to houses, knocking on the door, asking to use the phone, all whilst the human seems to have that sense of foreboding, that worry, that concern, that niggle, saying don't let them in, don't let them in, don't let them in. We've got no accounts that I've found so far within my extensive research, no accounts of actual, genuine, I've let them into my home stories. None whatsoever. You got one KGB, oh, I don't know if it is actually KGB, it's a Russian video. The link will be below in the description to that video, that is of an alleged medical examination of a black-eyed child, focusing predominantly on the head area. This child is an interesting case. If it's genuine footage of a genuine medical investigation, it's quite fascinating. And as I say, what you see on screen now, you see less than that of the person being examined. So you don't need to worry about seeing anything horrible, anything ugly. All you get to see really is head, shoulders, and those black eyes. How deep they are, how soulless, if you will, if you attribute the sparkle in the eye to soul. It's really quite an interesting video, but time will tell on its validity and its reliability and accuracy. There's various sightings videos, there's various all and sundry with regards to black-eyed children. Plenty of material out there to siphon through, and it's been quite a challenge going through it all. It really has. But that leads me to my next point, my final point. What I would like to do now is state that if any black-eyed children happen to, for some strange reason, gain access to YouTube and this video or someone's Facebook and see it on the timeline, this is an invitation to true, genuine black-eyed children. If you knock at my door, I will answer. And providing you mean me no harm, providing no harm comes to neither myself nor you, and providing we can sit down and discuss and talk and learn about each other, you are welcome into my home, black-eyed children. I would very much like to talk with you, learn more from you, learn about you. If you do not wish for it to be recorded, fine. But rest assured, afterwards, I will be speaking about it here. I'll be giving my account of what happened after I've let them in, should they actually come to my door. I think that's fair, don't you? Oh, and there was another video as well that's worth checking out, also in the link below, about Manchester. Apparently in Manchester, 2 black-eyed children were in a hotel. They'd managed to get past security, get some keys, dress up like a maid and whatnots, and they were then arrested by police. What happened afterwards? Well, on being taken to a medical facility, they escaped. You get to hear the audio there of the escape, and there's quite an interesting screech heard on the video. And a hell of a lot of static. It's a really bad connection for the audio. But if you focus, there is quite an interesting screech there. Of course, this means it's happening in the UK, America. I've seen reports from Mexico, India, essentially all over. So this is my message to the black-eyed kids. Come on by. Let's talk. Let's build up communication. Who knows? I may let you actually use the phone as well and call whoever it is that you so desperately want to call. Oh, but before I go, I must reiterate one minor thing. Or is it minor? The black-eyed kids, are they visiting their biological parents? Or are they trying to get in contact with their human biological parents via randomers? That's one question I'd like answered. That's all we have for today though. Thank you very much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, share, etc. I'm not going to mention Patreon because I don't have a Patreon. I'm not going to mention any special offers or anything because the only special offer I have is if a black-eyed kid comes to my door, I will let them in. And when that happens, if that happens, you're in for a treat for the follow-up video. Safe travels everywhere. Keep watching the skies. Have a wonderful day.